What up, dog?
Chilling, buddy.
It took 7 years. 7 long years. Not to get Silksong. It took 7 long years to get Alex just to play Hollow Knight.
Dog, it's true. It's true.
Welcome to the pod. How are we doing?
Man, I'm doing good. It's nice to be here in person with you.
Yeah.
Little couch co-op podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're entering the fall season. I was out doing some yard work today. We didn't rake leaves. I raked a little leaves. The point is,
He's got strong dad energy on me right now. That's what he's trying to
seasons
say.
are shifting. Hollow Knight.
He's like, did you wake up early so you can fall asleep early after letting everybody know how long you've been working all day? Because Alex did. He's ready for that dad energy, dude.
I am ready for my nap.
Fall asleep with a can, resting on his belly.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so welcome to Low 5 Gaming. My name is Luke.
And I'm Alex. It's great to have you here.
Did you have to think about it for a second, dude?
I had to look at the outline, see who I was.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, so we're doing a little bit of a double whammy. We're just giving you a little Hollow Knight Silksong Team Cherry sampler, dude. So
We are indeed.
We're in 2 stages. That was not a silly, stupid Luke joke. I have been nagging Alex to play Hollow Knight for 7 long years.
Probably pre-pod, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that would be true because the pod's not 7 years, so.
Yeah, yeah. And I was thinking back today. I was like, it'd probably be good to tell my little Hollow Knight story. Like, how did I get Hollow Knight? What made it aware to me? And I do not even remember, dude. It's been so long.
Interesting. Really?
It's been so long. It must have just been in the zeitgeist and very popular with like video game websites and like other pods. But I was definitely very strongly in my indie game phase on the Nintendo Switch, and Hollow Knight's one of these games that like really benefited from the Nintendo Switch popping off and like a lot of more casual gamers, non-PC gamers getting a hold of these indies.
Sure.
So I got a hold of Hollow Knight, and I wasn't a huge Souls-like or even Metroidvania guy that I can even remember or think of. So it's interesting. It kind of shows you to the mass appeal of the game and the mastery of the game that I was so hooked and I was so into it, dude.
That is cool.
And
you were shilling it too.
Shilling it hard. Ace bought it. Tyler bought it. And
What's up,
my buddy,
Tyler?
what's up, Tyler? And
Still gotta get a sound
Ben
for
bought it and beat it. And it was this wonderful thing we could talk about all the time. And then I was like, Al, this is totally your type of game. And you're like, I know. And then you never bought it and played it. And I was like, you probably actually bought it.
No, I bought
you're a
it.
weirdo. Yeah.
Yeah. I went on
Just
sale.
never
I
actually
scooped it
got
on
around to it.
scooped it on a Nintendo sale a long time ago, probably years ago, probably 7
Yeah.
years ago. I respect your recommendations. I just didn't always jump on them.
Yeah. There's a lot of games to be played as well.
Dude, plus it's, for better or for worse, whether you want to call them search action, what do you want to call it? Metroidvania.
I'm pretty strongly Metroidvania, I feel like.
Me too, buddy.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of them, dude. Like, I mean, I'm a 2D Metroid especially fanboy. Castlevania, I've got like a hard on for Castlevania, but I've never really like rolled credits on any Castlevanias. I just love the
Yeah.
IP, I think.
Yeah. The anime did some heavy lifting there.
Totally.
It's a sick fucking
And then there's like, I don't know, there's just a mess of indies. And I feel like Hollow Knight, like, I mean, it's obviously an indie. Team Cherry, great team, small team, putting in work. This Silksong took a long time to come out, but like Hollow Knight, I think if you look at the discourse around the game, like people consider it upper echelon.
So yeah, it's like Holy Grail type shit.
Like some people, there gonna be people out there that think it's better than your Metroids and your Castlevanias.
I'd say it's better than Metroid Dread, as I stare at this beautiful Metroid Dread poster in your office. And before we recorded, I talked about how slick and awesome Metroid Dread was. But if you held those 2 games up together, man, Hollow Knight really beats it. And then it's just...
Well, see, I haven't rolled credits yet, so I won't say that definitively, but
Yeah.
you can because you have.
I have, and then, it was so long ago. But what's funny is, like, these types of games I don't have the greatest perseverance through. Like, I got the newer Prince of Persia one.
Yep.
Was that this year?
I think
Or was
that
that
was
last year on the Xbox? And I was loving it.
Did you roll
And I was-
credits on that one?
No.
We did a pod on it.
Most of the Metroidvanias I play, I get like halfway through and then I quit.
They get hard.
There's a difficulty thing, but there's also like...
You can burn out, maybe.
It's a burnout thing for me because there's a lot of them that I've done this to, but Hollow Knight was not one. I had to do it.
But
Now, did
that's-
I go sicko mode on it? Absolutely not.
But that's why I
There's
like
some
Metroid.
crazy stuff people
I feel
do
like
in there.
Metroid hits the the hours perfectly.
Yeah, Metroids in general give you that 10 to 15 hours. So that is a good mark. But yeah.
Even shorter on the Game Boy, bro.
Oh, sure. But I got
Which is great.
super pilled on Hollow Knight
Mm-hmm.
and just absolutely adored my playthrough. And then, you know, the whole world was just like, hey, man, Silksong's coming. Silksong's coming. And then it became everything it became as far as a
People have
meme.
been thirsty for a Silksong.
Thirsty.
And
And
they
it
kept
is here.
was it even like delays, or they just never really announced when it was?
It was like radio silence, and
Yeah.
people just whipped themselves up into a fervor,
Right.
and it became a meme to like say it was announced, and it was like it became such like a pet hobby to like predict when it was going to be revealed
Yeah.
and all these types of things, and it got out of hand. I'm sure it was annoying, but maybe charming to the developers.
Yeah, I think probably because of this podcast, especially early on in it, like I was really tuned into, and it was just it is interesting to follow like the releases and all the new games coming. But as time has continued, and you know, like we bring it up often, but having so many games, bro, like I'm so out of touch on like following games. Maybe it's just because I have a kid now too.
It's probably a
But-
larger part of it.
Right. And not to say I don't like playing, not to say
We
I
used
don't
to watch
appreciate
like
it.
Nintendo showcases, like,
Right.
very fervently,
Right,
And then
that's what I'm
tried to care
saying.
about Xbox,
Yeah.
very fervently for a little while, and then
And it was an Xbox showcase that I think that's when I saw that they dropped the Silksong tease. Like this is like 3 years ago.
it was
Yeah.
a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, but no dates or anything. And then, you know, time went on. But to my understanding, dude, a lot of people enjoying Silksong.
Yeah, and what's crazy is after I don't even know how much money they could have charged, but to drop it day of at $15 is bananas
For Hollow Knight,
for Silksong.
$20.
20? I
Yeah.
want my $5 back, Silksong.
I mean, inflation, bro. Inflation.
Dirt cheap.
But
for
$20,
what it is.
dude, for
it's
like,
a much
you know,
bigger
it's
game.
a full-on game.
It's
like,
a much bigger game than Hollow Knight, which is already a very big game.
right. I think
So-
Hollow Knight was $15 according to our notes,
I do be seeing that.
which means I probably scooped it for like $7.
You don't have a physical copy?
I don't. This is a digital copy game for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
This would have been a physical copy size.
Well, see, here's the deal, and this will help us narrow down as to when I end up buying this game. I've always loved physical media, but like, it was at a point where I wouldn't have gone out of my way to buy a physical indie. So this must have been like 6-7 years ago, but who knows?
No 6-7 jokes allowed.
6-7.
Not allowed.
Ah.
Yes. So
You probably get a lot of those between
Dude, it's yes.
You ready for a tangent? I've known about 6-7 for like a year and a half because I'm really keyed in on the basketball, and it started as a basketball meme.
Alex is a LaMelo Ball stan.
Dude, not a stan, but I like the guy. But anyways, I've known about it. So the fact that it has blown up like right now is like probably the only thing I'm like, you know, fucking stupid. Not even.
I was completely oblivious to it, and then 8th graders were yelling it all over the place from the first day, and I was like, what does this mean? And no one's been able to tell me. And that's not the point.
Yeah, well,
That's not the point.
it's all right.
But anyway.
Let's reel it back in, little Hollow Knight, Silksong.
Yeah, 6-7 years ago, I was
Mm-hmm.
crushing this game on the Switch, and it was so good on the Switch. The handheld, the tight
playing on the Switch,
platforming, and then docking it, and like, because brother, you get sweaty when you play these games. This game gets me fucking
Dude,
sweaty.
it's funny.
Some sweaty palm bullshit when I'm playing Hollow Knight back in the day, and Silksong definitely now.
So I've actually been, as I'm playing, you know, as you're doing Silksong, from what I've heard from the chat on the internet is that it is harder. It's harder than Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is hard. It is not. I have not yet reached a point. There's definitely points where like it frustrates me,
Yeah.
but it hasn't been a point where I'm like, fuck this game. Like I'm not like. Well, I will give myself breaks, but it's not like Celeste hard. Even though I enjoyed how hard Celeste was.
It's not Celeste hard, but like something to remember about Celeste is every time you die, you start right where you were, so you can get into a rhythm.
You got that save point thing going on.
This
in
is very much a Souls-like in the sense that you like start off at your bench. So you're this cute
and
little
there's combat,
bug.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're this cute little bug, and you're in this little bug-like nest area. The environment is immediately gorgeous, and the sound is immediately just absolutely on point. I'm not a huge like video game soundtrack or sound guy, but like these games even someone is like,
It's very atmospheric.
yeah, someone like me who's not paying too much attention to this in general is just absolutely blown away. Like it forces you to. And that reminds me a lot of Metroid. When our first ill-fated pod of all time was Super Metroid. And it was fascinating to look at Super Metroid from like, that game come out like 30, 35 years ago now.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
How atmospheric that game is and how moody everything is, and the sci-fi is so cool. So it's like definitely in that family tree and lineage. And then it takes like some of the Souls-like stuff. So you have the benches, although Super Metroid did the same thing with the pods, where you have that save point and then you got to go to wherever you were and then try to gather back like your souls or your currency. I haven't played Hollow Knight in a million years. Do you remember what they call them?
Geo.
It's your Geo?
Yep.
It's kind of like your essence or whatever. How much do you love the little map guy?
I wish I could do he's cool. He's like a little slug thing. Yeah. Yeah. I was actually going to bring him up when you were talking about sound, because I think that he especially is like a really cool piece of the sound design, because you'll be going across the map and you'll start to hear him humming. And as you get closer to him, the hum gets louder and louder.
Yeah.
So you know you're closer to finding him or whatever.
Yeah, and it's like a cool mapping system where you're kind of charting it, but once you get the maps from him, like it actually saves your progress in charting it, and it's a cool payoff when you get into each area. And then the nakedness you feel when you're in an area without one,
Dude,
especially after you learn that loop, it sucks so bad because you die a lot, and therefore you have to get back to where you were to get your lost materials or just figure out your progressions.
Speaking of Souls, like, dude, you pull up that map, it doesn't stop the gameplay.
No, you get your shit smacked if you pull up that map. I think your little guy actually like pulls out a map though. It's like pretty cute.
I haven't noticed that animation. That's cool though.
When you like sit on benches, it like adds to like what you've discovered.
Yeah, he
and
fills
stuff.
in the map, which is cool too.
I find that sick. But that nakedness when you're in a new area and you don't have that map, and then just like how warm and fuzzy you feel afterwards when you do get the map app from him is like fucking amazing.
And it's a core element of Metroidvanias, and is definitely present in this. But you bring up nakedness, and I think that, you know, the gameplay proper, like the action and the fighting and the combat and the traversal, like any true Metroidvania, you start out weak, right? Like you don't have all your moves or anything. It doesn't do the trope where you like have them all that like often will happen in Metroid, where you like have everything and then you lose it all. You just like start as like this, you start as this knight that doesn't have a lot of skill necessarily.
They truly just plop you into that game.
Yep.
There's not much of an on-ramp at all.
But it's what I really have been appreciating about Hollow Knight is how impactful those upgrades are when you get them to the game overall. So like even early on, like what's one of the first ones you get? You get the dash or whatever, probably. Sure. Dash made sense, but the Mantis Claw for me, I was like, that shit, like, that was like morph ball level, you know, sure. Like the Mantis Claw made the because the dash is like, sure, it makes sense, right? I mean, the build makes sense, but the dash is like, okay, there's a ledge this far away, I can't make the jump, like I'm gonna need to figure out something else that like is gonna get me to that platform. And you spend, I don't know, 2-3 hours of the game kind of just working with those two moves. And then you get the Mantis Claw, and the Mantis Claw lets you essentially do the Celeste thing where you grab onto walls and you can jump off walls and climb and shit.
Sure.
And then, like, this entire map that you were in, you can traverse it completely differently.
Yeah.
And
it's
for
worth
me,
mentioning the controls are incredibly tight.
Very tight controls. And for me, granted, I am a gamer, so, like, you know, I have good game literacy. I'm just going to say good. I'm not going to say great.
Yeah, right.
But like
whether or
when
not we're
happened,
good gamers is a different argument. But do we have gamer literacy? Yes.
Yeah, for sure. So like I was thinking about that though when I unlocked the Mantis Claw, because like I was just jetting around this like screen. I was like just traversing super fast, and I was like, I wonder if like someone who doesn't play as much games would like if it would be such an explosive unlock that it is for me right now. And maybe not, but like it was just kind of a fun little thing because that's how powerful I felt, being able to jump from wall to wall.
I can't imagine anybody who doesn't play a lot of games enjoying either of these games, especially.
Do you think because of the difficulty level?
The difficulty, the way that you have to find and stumble into things is all very video game coded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it's like it's not intuitive, I guess. If you're not a gamer, I can't imagine it's very intuitive at all, and it doesn't hold your hand for like a second.
It doesn't, dude. And you mentioned to me on the Discord, or maybe I think it was on the Discord, but you're like, dude, like don't be afraid to just like, especially early game, look things up, because this game doesn't hold your hand. And like as far, and I have been like even less so, like I feel like Metroid it's more coded when you get something. Like I feel like it does slightly better job of like helping you understand where you need to go to next.
With colored doors.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Whereas Hollow Knight, like, and I think that's part of Hollow Knight's appeal too, is like how open it is, because you can go to areas you shouldn't be in and fuck about, you know. But
Hollow
like,
Knight's for the exploring.
yes, but like, how much do you want to explore?
Metroid's a little bit more confined, and I guess we could probably just talk about just the 2 games we're supposed to talk about without their ancestors so much.
Sure.
But there's so much exploring, and there's like lots of different ways to get to the different areas. It does suck really hard when you platform and fight. Platforming's very tight, controls are very tight, and you like cross like a pretty intense sections, and the later you get into the game, you'll get to some very like dark areas.
Yeah. No, I've noticed that already.
And it's like, and then you get to somewhere and it's like you can tell that a ledge is too high up, and you just like sit there and you're like, I need to unlock an ability to get up there, don't I?
For sure.
So you'll run into that frustration. But
I mean, you can already see that, like where I'm at too. Part of being a Metroidvania, dude.
yeah, and then another part which the game definitely crushes is a combination of big epic bosses, epic mini bosses, and infuriating field bosses.
Field bosses?
Those are just like, I'm not great with my terminology.
Terminology, yeah.
Keep it in. But like a field boss is like kind of like a mini boss, but even just like, it's almost like just like a regular beefed up version of an enemy, either like the first time you run into it.
Oh, sure.
Or
Yeah,
like
that
once
makes
you
sense.
defeat it, it doesn't show up anymore.
Yep.
But it's not like the same grandeur.
Okay. Even the typical enemies in this game can be difficult. Dude, if you're not in the flow, like,
So I'm
they'll
playing.
fuck you up sometimes.
I'm playing Silksong, and I think I'm a pretty good gamer, and I played a bunch of fucking Elden Ring this year.
Mm-hmm.
So like, when people are like, when I saw the discourse about people being like, this game's too hard, and like people just immediately upon release of this game just bickering about Silksong being too difficult, it's almost like Team Cherry is still a small team and they built this beautiful game, absolute labor of love, and it took all these years, they say, basically because they just kept adding to it and refining it. But it's almost like they themselves got extremely sick with the controls.
Yeah.
And therefore, just are like, it's punishing as hell. So, a very humble enemy in Hollow Knight can take you down.
Mm-hmm.
Any enemy in Silksong can take you down. So, if you have like 5 health bars, it's like a little mask or whatever.
Yep.
In Hollow Knight, an enemy usually will take 1 damage. Almost every enemy takes like 2 damage in Silksong, and I'm like, why?
It's probably because they're all like, Team Cherry just good at the game now, so they're trying to give themselves
That's what I'm saying. They grinded so hard. And then, I mean, it feels a little obvious, but we should definitely explain a tiny bit. Like, you're this little knight in the first game. You're supposed to be kind of this nameless, like, creature, like husk, literally.
Mm-hmm.
And that's way into the story, which I never did. The story is very ambient storytelling.
Mm.
Very not obvious. It is very much like coded and like all these little hidden secrets. So like some people are super into that.
I've been reading them in this, but it's like, I'm like, oh, this is stuff I'm not going to pay. I'm paying it. I'm like reading it, but I'm like, I'm not connecting the dots.
It helps with the atmospheric vibes, but I never really connected the dots, and I never really cared because that's not what I was in the game for. I just love the way that the exploration and the way the environment made me feel and like how beautiful it was. But there's like intense lore that people are super into on YouTube, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But you are Hornet in Silksong, and Hornet's like your rival, kind of, in the first game. You fight Hornet, and she's pretty tough.
She is, especially the first time. The first time that she was like the first difficult boss that I faced. And the save point was far enough away where it was annoying to traverse back to her all the time.
The boss fight had a lot of character. But
she taught me a lot, dude.
Yeah.
She taught me to slow. I mean, that's how these games work. Like, it's like, okay, slow down, figure out her tells, and get good.
Get good. Yeah. No, it's like you're going to learn the dance. You're just going to step on your partner's toes a billion times. And you're going to fall over a lot. And you play as her, and they had her
That's the thing about these
in
games,
the game.
dude. That's the thing about these games is like, you can lose to a boss like that, just be extreme, 30 times in a row. But then when you beat them, right?
It's just an unfortunate reality.
Right? When you beat them that 31st time, like sometimes you do it by the skin of your teeth.
Yeah.
But I feel like more often than not, you just like mop the floor with them because you're like, okay, that 31st time, you got it.
Becomes like intensely rhythmic.
Right.
Yeah. So there's these. Have you faced the 3 mantises? They're like mantis kings.
I don't think I'm there yet.
There's
So
a
I'm
time.
traversing around, like I've unlocked the new area of the map, like the whatever city or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's winter break or summer break, but I like Ace is over.
Boing.
And he just watched me get my ass beat by the mantises for like a good long time before I cleared it. I think when he played the game, he's like, yeah, I beat him pretty quick, but maybe it's because I watched you die so many times. And I was like, shut the fuck up.
It is helpful. Like that's what I did, not to bring a Metroid again, but like that's what I had to do sometimes is watch a boss fight so I could learn it and then continue.
Well, in Metroid, it was almost like that Celeste version where you just start right over from the beginning of the boss. Mm-hmm. Whereas, God, there's been a few sections where I've had to like, because in Silksong, the enemies are tougher. They feel like they're even more intentionally placed to be annoying.
Are you playing as Hornet? Like, I don't
Yeah.
think that's a spoiler because that's like she's on the cover
main
art.
character.
Yeah.
So she has her own moveset that's similar but different, and she's very fluid, very dynamic. Like people who are like, yeah, but you're given more cool dynamic moves. They're not wrong.
Yeah.
It just doesn't help me emotionally as I'm getting my ass beat. But it's like they intentionally put a lot of these enemies in very inconvenient locations and a lot of environmental traps.
Right on.
So like I'm just trying to get back to the boss fight, and if you just disrespect the game for the tiniest bit, you're just getting your ass beat by the simplest
Fair.
enemies. So you have to like, I have to play the game under such specific parameters of like, I'm in the right headspace. I'm ready to get my ass beat. I'm patient. I'm curious. And that's a long way of saying that I'm like 15 hours to 20 hours in and I've barely gotten anywhere and I'm salty as hell.
Oh, it's clouding.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you were talking about like kind of the main gameplay loop. So basically you're exploring just like, we already mentioned the Metroidvania thing, but that's another big trope. Like you're exploring this empty map, kind of these interconnected different kingdoms in this case of Hollow Nest. Just like any other great Metroidvania, you're gaining new abilities to unlock previously inaccessible areas.
Yep.
Fighting enemies and bosses. There's like 47 bosses or some shit like that. That's what I was
Who
reading in the
knows how
notes.
many I actually fought to.
Yeah. Oh, really? So
There's a lot of optional ones, so.
Interesting. And then when you die, so we talked about this briefly earlier, but you die, lose your currency, which is called Geo, and then you return to the corpse to recover it. So it's that same thing that you get in. There's a few games that do. I think it's like originated with like a kind of the Souls thing, right?
Yeah.
Right on. What's another good one that does that? Well, all the Souls games, but then I'm thinking, what's the other one? It's another Knight one, but it's got kind of an 8-bit feel.
Yeah, Shovel Knight. You gotta get your bag of gold, and it kind of reduces every time. That's a bitch.
That's what I liked about this game is when you go retrieve your whatever it is, when you go retrieve your Geo out of the soul, whatever is going on, it's the same. Your bag's the same.
Do you have to fight it?
You just have to hit it twice.
Okay. Now it's like almost like this, like Hornet has like almost like this wasp, like Hornet's nest little like cocoon thing.
Oh, interesting.
Cocoon's the word I'm going for, and you just smack that. Probably one of the more interesting gameplay loops is you like, for the sake of clarity, you just kind of like your attack. When you attack, you build up like attack points, and then you fill up this little bar under your health, and then you can heal with that.
Right. I actually like that.
But it takes a few seconds.
Does.
It can make the boss fights super intense.
Yeah.
The healing being that intentional and like part of the combat and the flow and the dance of it all, like trying to steal yourself away. Like if you're low on health, you have to get a few hits in just to get that like bar up, and then you have to find a save. Like if you can pull that off, like you have one hit and you're gonna die, and you like get in like 2, 3, 4 hits, and then run away, and then avoid their attacks, and then heal. You feel like a superhuman.
It's tricky too, right?
Because there's a reason these palms be getting sweaty over here, dude.
It's tricky too because the healing mechanic, you like press and hold, and it'll charge, and it heals like one piece at a time. But if you tap that same button, it like casts a spell. Or shoots it shoots out a spell, at least where I am.
If that's the same thing in Silksong. No, I think they might have changed that.
Okay. Because that's tricky too, because sometimes I'll be hitting it too fast and then like I'll blow my load and I won't be able to heal.
Dog, I'd kill for a dodge roll. It might make the game too easy, but I'd kill for dodge roll. I've been playing other games where you have dodge rolls, and when you don't have one, you're just like, sometimes I like phantom hit the button.
Sure.
And then she'll start the healing thing. Then I'll be like, oh, and I'll get hit and I'll have wasted it. Because if you get interrupted in that mechanic, you lose more health and you don't get any of those action. The action points are spent.
Right.
So it like punishes you for being sloppy with it.
Interesting. So that going back to the Geo, the Geo then uses used for upgrades. So that's what the whole money thing's for.
It's like rosary beads in Silksong.
Yep.
Which is cool. And then you unlock these different abilities and the different like special attacks. There's a big emphasis on like pins. Is that what it is on the first one?
Yeah,
Pins or badges, one of the two. And
there's different shopkeepers up on the main area. At least
you can change your loadout. What you'll run into, which is really sick, is that you upgrade your pin, your little needle thing over time. You can make it like longer and stronger.
Totally.
That's pretty fucking sick. Very gratifying. I have yet to like get good enough unlocks in Silksong to make me feel more powerful.
Oh, sure.
So every time
no
I
Mantis
advance,
Claw for you.
yeah, just like a random pet peeve that this game has really brought out of me. Whenever I face like a particularly excruciating boss that I die to a lot, or like mini boss or field boss, I love it when they leave behind some sort of loot, so I have some sort of like fuck yeah, and like here's like my trophy essentially.
Right.
Like I don't want an achievement, but I want some sort of like in-game acknowledgement, like a big reward from it. And one thing that's in Silksong, I've just been noticing, like a lot of times I beat these little bosses and it's just like, nice.
Yeah.
You can move on. And I'm like, dude, but it took me like 50 times.
At least give me a big bag of Geo.
Yeah, or like extra health or like a stronger this or that. Or that's been kind of annoying. And that's one thing I really like about like Elden Ring is usually get like some funky weapon or something.
Yeah. So all those upgrades, I mean, you basically feed that back into your combat. So like you can improve your nail, get different spells. There's just like a whole bunch of different stuff. But then what I wanted to bring up was the charm system, which we kind of teased too, which is interesting because you brought up the dodge roll, and it doesn't have a dodge roll, but there are like a good, what I thought of immediately was the charm that makes it so that you no longer like get hit back. I forget what it's called, steady or something like that.
Oh yeah, so you don't get the knockback when you.
Yeah, so like you don't get knocked back. If you like get hit, you don't get knocked back like I was like. So there's certain things that like make you definitely become more powerful, but you can tweak all those because you have a certain, and you unlock more and more by spending more geo and stuff like that. But you're able to use a different set of charms, which I think like is like Elden Ring was doing that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, you got to equip like your map and your compass. So a lot of times if you're like just exploring, you don't have the extra abilities, but if you make like a specific loadout for a boss, it's pretty slick.
Right.
Or a specific loadout for like a platforming section. Because the game, it's a really, really nice blend between platforming and combat being the focus, and then sometimes some very tense action platforming.
Yeah.
And once again, in Silksong, I feel like every time I'm going to little sections, I have to like bait the enemy that they've plotted for me. Because so often they're like, bounce off of this thing and then bounce off of that thing. And then there's the ledge and then you bounce off the first thing and then something comes swooping down. And it's like, if I'm just trying to catch up to where I just died, I'm just losing my fucking mind.
Dude, this, if I, to continue comparing this game to other games, I guess, like I actually appreciated in this game, because I think just like Celeste, I mean, you brought up how tight the controls are in this game. Same thing with Celeste, right?
Yeah.
Super tight controls. And I think some of the platforming that I've been doing, even kind of early on, especially once you get the Mantis Claw, actually, it's like primarily when I got the Mantis Claw, I was like, oh, yeah, they got me doing Celeste shit now. Because there's like spikes on the walls that you got to avoid, that kind of thing, jump around, do a dash, whatever. And to my understanding, there's like even more and more and more things that will like make traversal even different. But I appreciate it. Like, it's like, I don't think beyond Celeste, like I know that like Super Meat Boy and all that kind of stuff, but I never really played a bunch of those. So like, but this like scratches a very similar, like at first I was like, I don't want to do any like Celeste style, like traversing of, platforming, heck. But then I was like, whatever, like I am interested to see what they got. Because if they got this here, there's got to be something cool on the other end, right? And that's always the case.
They set up really nice. I've had a little bit of luck with this in Silksong, but I have fonder memories in Hollow Knight of like, they set up some like pretty grueling gauntlets of platforming, but the environments once again are so cool that there's like even a reward of like where you're exploring. It feels really cool to progress, and got a lot of tension moments. Like, oh God, I'm like only halfway there. I got to get like a little further. And then there usually is like a very gratifying reward at the end of a long platforming session. So I do love that. And it's just kind of amazing how some of those other games you mentioned, like their whole purpose is platforming. And some of the platforming in this game is on par with games that literal whole purpose is just a platform. So that's quite impressive.
Totally. This game, I mean, we mentioned, I think the original came out $15 at launch or something like that. Silksong, it's 2025 and they dropped that game for $20. And it's like, I mean, they could have charged more. So respect.
Easily 30. because it's a very beefed up sequel. It's much longer, and the environmental details in the first game are very like stunning.
Mm-hmm.
But it's actually like for a 2D, or maybe technically it's 2.5D. Who knows? There's no way for me to tell. The layering they do for the backgrounds is actually crazy. Like nice. The things falling, the things you see in the foreground and the back. It's just like, I can't believe how much they put into it. It's like they made the game 5 years ago, and then they just kept adding detail and layer.
Bunch
for
of free DLC too.
3 years. Oh, I'm talking about Silksong.
Oh, word.
How big of an upgrade like that seems to have been like already. And then the sound design. If you throw like your little headphones in right there when you're playing, dude, all the little tips and taps and water drips and like the metal hitting metal, all the sounds are intensely gratifying.
That's cool.
Game. I like to very much be a vegetable gamer these days, where like I'm just like listening to a pod or music and like not being very smart or very locked in, which has made this game a struggle for me. But once again, the game really wants you to observe everything and be super intentional. So if you can get into that headspace, it's just so crazy with all those details.
Yeah, and just going back to the price of it, dude, like I think I'm probably like 10, 12 hours in, something like that. From my understanding, like from no spoiler understanding of like the areas, I've only unlocked about half of the areas that get unlocked, as far as like Forgotten Crossroads is a starting area, and I'm all the way into like City of Tears or whatever.
Yeah,
and so that's only like halfway through.
You're gonna get this ability that like is basically this big giant mega dash.
Yeah.
And you're gonna rip through the environment. And I want you to hold on to this memory when you first use that. And like, there's this area which you were like,
I've seen like YouTubes of him shooting
there's like
around,
somewhere where you're like, I don't know what this open space is for, and then you basically cross back over through that open space with that new ability, and like just the graphics of it looks so fucking cool.
I even have a charm that I like found or unlocked or something that I have not equipped, but it like makes it so your dash is like you can dash more quickly or something like that.
This thing's
that kind
like
of thing.
Multiple screen
for sure.
type shit. Like it's a huge
zooming.
Yeah, you're flying literally.
Right on.
Yeah, dude. So Silksong, Hollow Knight, I recommend to almost any gamer.
Right.
Anybody who wants a challenge, loves like not necessarily a spooky season feel.
You know, it's interesting though. It's
very
got
strong
melancholy vibes though.
Cutesy. Melancholy vibes,
right,
for sure.
But it's we'll see. Like I said, I'm only halfway through. Like I got half the areas unlocked, but like it doesn't seem like there's going to be a whole bunch of vibrancy in terms of like churning up the happiness of the areas. They're beautiful. Don't get me wrong.
Even when it's like extra beautiful and more colorful, there is always kind of that dark fantasy.
Mm-hmm. It's a vibe,
emo bug boy vibe.
Yeah, it's a vibe for sure.
Emo bug boy vibe.
It's cool.
Anyone looking for like a hardcore challenge, it's such a reasonably priced game, and it's so good, and it's challenging, and it hits all these different layers. Now for Silksong, I recommend it for people who have smashed Hollow Knight.
Yeah. So don't go to Silksong first.
Don't go to Silksong first. I don't think you'd appreciate it, and you will bounce off the difficulty. I think if you love Hollow Knight and you're ready, like it's a true sequel in the sense where it almost like skill level picks up where you left off.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Like I've really struggled. Like
does the story continue from where the last one ends, or is there like a time thing without spoiling?
Like, it's not a prequel. Like it's after the events of the first game. She references your character in the first game. I'm in such a different place in my life playing the two games where like I think I could handle a game like Hollow Knight, but I've struggled to play a game like Silksong, which is ironic because Tyler has just as many kids as me.
Sure.
And he's doing great on Silksong. He's doing better, and I fucking suck.
I mean, you mentioned earlier, it's a mind space. I think that's true of all Metroidvanias. Like you have to be, at least the ones that are like kind of difficult. Like you have to be in a mind space to be able to tackle that kind of shit.
Yeah, and like that was a lot easier for me to get into when I was younger without the kids. Whereas now work and then kids, I still got like a nice like 2+ hour little chunk at the end of the day to play games. But sometimes I'm not trying to get my ass beat.
For sure.
In Silksong. But when I do, it's that classic like big boss fight. Like my wife the other day was just like, wow, that game really makes you angry. But there's also been some times where I make like some intensely dorky squealish noises.
See, the payoff is big, right?
The payoff's insane when you beat a boss that you've been just like dancing with essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So I think it's worth bringing up. You brought up the long wait, right?
yeah,
From Hollow Knight to Silksong, and some reasoning behind that could be attributed to the Team Cherry small team, basically 3 core people.
yeah.
Like that's not a lot of folk making a game that like people, and this is another part of this too. So the 3 people, they try to control their scope creep. So they're like, they had a ton of ideas, which you're speaking to earlier, and they kept adding them. They have a philosophy of polish over speed.
Yeah.
So which I think shows if you look at this game.
I spent a lot of time. I mean, the first game was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
So they had ridiculous expectations, and those ridiculous expectations.
You're bringing up what I was going to say next is the
continue to
expectation
build.
piece. Yeah.
And then they're just fine tuning. They're just polishing and sanding, and they're just going crazy with the development.
Huge expectations. From my understanding, they've met with Silksong, more or less. I've seen a couple things. I feel like I maybe caught an article saying that they adjusted like the final boss or something. They like patched it because there was like a big
I have
pushback.
seen some patch stuff, yeah.
Yeah, but they're listening. That's always good. They're listening to what the fan base is saying. This, so one side of that situation is the massive success. There's like big pressure for your next game to kind of meet that same like tier, right? But at the same time, the success of Hollow Knight also made it so that they didn't have any publisher pressure.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure they're filthy rich from it.
Yeah, so they could take their time.
Yeah.
Which is cool. It's a cool situation.
Yeah, they really could, and they're not tanking economies like GTA 6 when they take their time.
Yeah. And it's what like the Metacritic score on Silksong right now is for PC is 93, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like to know. I mean,
guess what it is. Guess what Hollow Knight is.
I'm going to have to say 93. 95 maybe.
Yeah, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but but the open critics
You asked like you did.
No. It's high. I want to say that. Well, what I've got in front of me is the open critic score, which is a slightly different scoring system, is 89. Oh wait, I do have the number. Metacritic on PC is 87. So that could be a time thing. Like Silksong's pretty fresh, so like we might get some like upset like reviewers over the next couple months that bring that down a little bit. But Silksong's reviewing higher.
Silksong, it continues to be interesting to me as I play it and struggle with it and marvel at it, is like how much of a sequel it is in the sense of it's taking and building upon that last game. But it's almost like, hey, you played, here's your intro to guitar book, here's guitaring book 2.
Sure.
So like they must have felt like they needed it to be harder, because like just the fact that so many enemies take more health than they used to, and like you have to be so respectful to each enemy and their placement and not just rushing through and like being impatient. It's pretty crazy. So like I'm surprised the Metacritic score, there's not more bitter people out there. I still would have given it a very high score.
Sure.
And will give it a very high score, because I guess we do that on this pod. But I would hold Hollow Knight in a higher regard.
Interesting. Do you feel like that's like the similar? Well, I forget where you fall on the Tears in the Breath of the Wild, but like I prefer Breath of the Wild over Tears, but Tears is great.
See, that was confusing. I was trying to think of that point too. I was gonna put a thread to that too, but then I was like, technically speaking, Tears of the Kingdom like blew me away so much with the engineering like piece of it.
Sure.
But like the wonder could never be captured again. Whereas this game, like they can recapture the wonder because the environments are just so stunning.
Oh, sure.
And
interesting.
One thing where I'm like, I'm tempted to bounce off it and play easier games for my silly brain. But like there's so many, like I just got to a new area, like the Bellheart area, and like it's got this creepy thing going on, but it's kind of beautiful too. And I'm like, I want to see the rest of the map so bad. Like, everything I've seen is so pretty and so cool, and it's so fun.
I was taking screenshots when I was playing my last play. Like it wasn't
in the big 2.5. You're still taking screenshots on your Switch. That's crazy,
dude. I know. So it's one of those things. Oh, it's like it wasn't
so
even.
Beautiful.
It was just like I think it's the atmosphere. It's one. It is beautiful, and it wasn't like if I look at that picture now, like I'll be like, what was I say? But like in that moment, like there was just something about the atmosphere, something about the overlook, and I was like, it wasn't like stunning, but it was like it had a like I was like, this is cool. Like, I want to take a picture of this.
The world building, and environments, both games just go so crazy. Where it's like when you have these moments where you're like,
it feels like a kingdom, dude.
Yeah,
like it feels like you're traversing through a kingdom.
Just wait till you get to the last area. No, tell me what it's like. No, like it makes you really want to push through that difficulty. So I'll be curious if it comes up in future side questing that I powered through, or if I just like pick up a few more times and like just really struggle to progress. I mean, I'm kind of fascinated because a lot of my pride has been like put at stake by no one other than me.
Yeah.
Like I don't really like I got really far in Elden Ring, and I did not bounce off of Elden Ring because of the difficulty. I just got so far. I just
burnt out, maybe.
I got burnt out, and I got burnt out about like the gameplay loop of like how far you got to go, and then you got to reset, and then you got to master this new area. Like that got kind of annoying. And I guess this is pretty much the same thing, but just immediately.
Well, you recommended this game to all gamers should play Hollow Knight, you said, and then you said Silksong should be played by anybody who's played Hollow Knight.
Anybody who's played Hollow Knight, and maybe even played Hollow Knight semi-recently. Like,
sure.
I just find it to be such a skill jump.
Okay. And a great continuation of the story, it sounds like. Because you were balls deep in that story.
Yeah. There's this bug guy.
Sure.
And there's this kingdom he's in, and he does something.
I have not rolled credits, so I cannot recommend one way or another. I can tell though already that I will likely recommend it to folks, and I can already tell,
you're the last person to play it.
Yeah, I know.
We all played it. We've been trying to get you to play it, so you can't recommend because there's no one who hasn't played this game yet. Like you're the last one.
That's what I'm trying to get to, bro. This whole stretch.
So your son in 10 years.
Yeah, you are. You're definitely the first person that was like, "Play this game, dude. This is like super Alex coded. You're gonna love this game." And I'm like, "I'll get to it." And then there's been other homies like throughout, especially the course of running this podcast, where they're like, "Dog, you should check out Hollow Knight." And I'm like, I will.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to be doing it now. I'm not going to rate it yet because I do want to roll credits before I rate it. But I can tell that I will be recommending it. And I can tell it's got its mantis claws in me, boy.
Yeah.
It is definitely a game where I was feeling it. I was like, this is good. I see why people are telling me to play this. But it truly was when the mantis claws got unlocked. I was like, I see how this game is going to be. This is going to be great.
Yeah. Off the top, I played it 7 years ago, dude. It's been so long. Just from what I remember and like the fondness I have for it, I've only known one person, my old assistant principal. He was like, I found it boring. And I was like, what?
Did they roll credits?
Dude, he barely got into it. And
Never got the mantis claw.
Probably not, dude. And he's played like a bunch of harder games, but that always blew me away.
A bit of a bit, but it really like it is that is like a key thing in this game.
Hell yeah. And I always thought it was amazing he couldn't get through, but I used to recommend this all the time. So without having replayed it semi-recently, I'd very confidently give Hollow Knight a 9 out of 10.
We don't do that, though.
I'd give it a 4.5 out of 10. If I replayed it and maybe locked in the story.
But then this for almost 5 years. Like 4 or 5, what out of 10?
Dude, I get into... My wife's been crushing books, dude, and she's on like 35. Although she counts audiobooks, dude. You can't count audiobooks, dude. She's only read 3 audiobooks.
Let her do it.
So I'm like, 32 is an impressive number. You don't need to lie
for sure.
and say it's 35. But anyway, she's always like, I gave it a 3.75. And I was
I want to know her system, dude. How'd she get it?
It's out of 5. And I'm like, just make it out. If you're hitting 3.75s out of 5s, it's time to go up to 10. And she goes, shut the fuck up. No. Because like Goodreads and stuff like that does it out of 5. So like I understand low 5 gaming, tiered system. I understand this.
Dude,
I understand
just trying
the
to
brand
lean into themes, man.
Synergy. I get it. It's just that it triggers me.
Pick an item from the game and make it 5, and then tell us your score.
It's 4.5 geos. I'm sorry.
That's not a lot of geo, bro. I mean, it is out of the maximum deal, but like
we talk about in the game.
I'm just playing
with you,
man.
Nitpicky.
I'm playing with you, dude.
And then my experience so far with Silksong is that the detail is so gorgeous with the amount of like little things happening in the background and like the little like the sound design, the soundtrack, the tightness of the controls. Like it is so fine-tuned. It is so exquisite. But the hot sauce is a little too hot for me. So like 4 out of 5 Rosebeat beats.
Tight.
So that's why I was kind of surprised that like Silksong, if you're rating the game, like if I worked for a publication,
These
I'd
ratings
have
are
to,
from publishers.
yeah, I would have to go into it further and I'd have to push through further. So maybe like, and then you're rating it on the more technical aspects. Whereas like if I'm just like purely rating it on like enjoyability, like an 80% seems pretty fair.
Right on. Well, cool, man. Let's with that, let's take a little break. Hear from our unsanctioned sponsor.
This week we are officially brought to you by being fat bitches who keep eating all the rest of our Halloween candy in the house. God fucking damn it.
You also got Halloween candy, bro?
Yeah, someone didn't porch pirate my whole bowl, dog. Al has this video of some teen whose eyes get as wide as the moon, and then just like really gets into like a stealing criminal posture.
It's so funny.
They like honestly like and I was like disgusted by it.
I thought it was clowning.
And then I was like,
I would have been disgusted if it happened at like,
they just stole
6
like
o'clock.
$15 worth of candy.
Not even yet, probably at that point,
but like my general point of being like the stakes are pretty low. It just makes me sad that someone just sees this opportunity and is just like greedy as fuck.
Let's roll this back just a little bit. Yeah. So Halloween, I wanted to put Halloween and candy out because like my wife did a bunch of like Halloween decorations outside, so it was like cute. We got lights, so people, if we don't get a bunch of trick or treaters in my like on my street, my neighborhood, it's weird. There's pockets. We're not in the pocket, but there's some.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, we have candy. We didn't have candy, but I told Anna, I was like, well, it'd be tight to have. So she went out and bought candy, and then we ate about half of it before fucking Halloween.
Yeah.
But anyways, we put it out, and I put a little note that was like, take a few, happy Halloween. Because we weren't going to be here. We did trick-or-treating with elsewhere, right?
Yeah, Elle's family, not me, wasn't invited.
You should have, yeah, whatever, bro. You should have hit us up, said you're trying to do something.
I should have just begged to hang out with Al.
You guys are ridiculous. You guys are ridiculous.
Come on, it was right there. Fuck off. Fuck off. It was right there.
It's on the internet now. Nah, dude. But anyway, so I got this bowl of candy out there. And we had about 4 different, like I say groups, but when I say groups, it was either one person or like a person and their dad.
Little clusters.
So we had four events. And the reason I know this is because I have a Google camera thing.
Yeah.
About 8 o'clock at night, we're driving back home by this point, 8:15, something like that. I get a notification that, someone's been at the door or whatever. And I look, and like, granted, like, okay, this is the end of the night. We didn't have any more trick-or-treaters come through after this, and that's another reason why I'm not salty about the whole thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
But this person, like you said, dude, like, kind of comes up by themselves, looks around, and like, kind of fumbles the bag a little bit. They got this big bag.
Yeah, and then they got into a stealing posture. It can only be described as a steal, because obviously, they emptied the bowl, but this person was like, yeah,
because like the bowl's next to the door cam.
I also love the fact that they just didn't notice the door cam. I mean, not that I think
they
really
did though, because there's there's a light that shows up when you walk by it. So like, I just don't think they cared. Which is like, that's why I'm like, I'm not mad because like we didn't have any more trick or treaters, and you saved me from having a bunch of candy that I'm going to eat by myself. I already ate all my son's candy because he's 2.
Principle, dog. I hate it by principle,
dude. But that for sure. But dude, like, I'm going to make you rewatch that video because. Or maybe you saw it and maybe you noticed, but did you see how big that pillowcase was?
It's just a regular ass pillowcase.
Yeah, but like full.
Oh, so they'd been doing this,
dude. Like that was their thing. Like they were out that night,
casing the neighborhood.
Like I've seen like kids like I'm a fucking old man now, and I've seen like throughout my course of life, like I've seen kids that have like gotten hauls. This was gluttonous. This was like a bald. Like I can't believe. They could get more into that pillow sack.
That's part of the reason I find it kind of funny. And like, because on one hand, I'm like disappointed in society. And on another hand, I'm like, what are you doing? What, are you just going to go home? You're going to go home with all this candy and you're like, fucking, that's right.
Dude, I hope they're selling it or something. I'm like,
got one over on that fucking guy and I'm going to eat all his candy. I'm like,
not even just me though. Like the whole neighborhood. Like they're
not
clearing house in the
expensive.
Whole neighborhood.
It's just like a weird, like kind of evil, but not actually. Like a little bit more than mischievous.
What you going to do with, like they had to be a 25-pound bag of candy at this point.
It's like tight, dude. Enjoy your mini Kit Kats, I guess. So get off of that.
Us? What's going on here?
I'm just a fat bitch because we live right next to a Costco. And I was like, a few
bought all
days.
that clearance candy too.
Dude, no. And we saw it on the way to Cub today. And I was like, Trisha's like, ooh. I was like, no. I was like, I don't care what the price is on any of that. No. She goes into, I was like, we need some Halloween candy. Can't forget. Like, she gets 3 Costco bags. And I go, what fucking neighborhood do you think we live in?
That's great.
She goes, what do you mean? She told me to get like candy. I was like, this is so much. She's like, I didn't know how much to get. I was like, not this much. And your boy's just been crushing it. They took the $100,000 out of the Costco assortment. Ooh, I'm bitter as hell.
$100,000 good, dude.
There's like 4 Butterfingers. Those have been consumed. So it's just like a tons of the shit I don't want. And she also got the gummy
you fuck with
thing.
Almond Joy?
Yeah,
I fuck with Almond Joy, dude. People hate on Almond.
You know,
I fuck with Almond Joy.
Almond Joy is like the Fritos of the candy world.
Fritos
no one
fire though.
That
chili cheese Fritos.
That's what I'm fucking saying. Shit. Is that if there's an assortment, if you're at a party and someone gets one of those boxes
people
of like
coconut.
Chips, the Fritos, there's always like 3 chili cheese Fritos, and I'm like, hell yeah! Like I didn't rush to get the 4 Doritos. I'll just get them leftover Fritos.
For sure.
I'm a dirty boy. So a candy assortment, people are like, Almond Joy. So I'm like, I'm a little slut.
How about Baby Ruth?
Joys.
What do you feel about it, Baby Ruth?
Nostalgic.
They're all right.
They're like
these.
these. We used to have
if
the
I had a
crunch.
peanut allergy, I wouldn't fuck with them, I guess.
We used to have the Butterfinger Crunch.
Crunch, I feel like, okay.
Let me finish this fucking thought. The fundraiser box, remember?
Yeah, I remember the fundraiser box.
100. You were just our poor mother just had to buy a box of chocolates.
You roll way back, dude. They went. Before it became like the Mars or whoever fucking owns these brands of candy at the time.
Yeah.
Like it was a different thing. I can't even remember what it was called, but
yeah, there's like it's like got that like royal branding type thing, and it's like your typical caramel almond milk
Crunch.
chocolate crunch. But no, we
Rice
had
Krispies.
like the Mars like pack once, and like, do you still have the N64 games in that old box? Because that was always a vibe.
it kind of deteriorated over time.
Yeah, that was always a cool vibe. But like growing up, dude, 100
It's like a little
grand
briefcase.
deeply overrated or underrated. 100 grands are the King's candy bar, and then Butterfingers slap. And then they'd have Crunch bars,
top tier,
and then they would have Butterfinger or Baby Ruth's. Excuse me. Baby Ruth is probably the lamest out of those. Then Crunch Bar, then Butterfinger, then 100 grand.
Yeah,
100 grand's so fucking.
So I would tier Butterfinger above 100 grand personally.
That's out of control, but
that's just what I would
at
do.
least they're close.
I mean,
your son's only 2,
way higher though,
so you can't be having too much candy.
I know we ate it all, and I didn't have any shame.
Is he aware that you ate it all, or is he just like he woke up the next day and he's too like
Well, one, he didn't have a ton because he's 2, and we like hit some houses,
hit like 4 or 5 houses.
Yeah. So like, and 2, like he did have some, like we had candy with him and stuff or whatever, but like he doesn't like fully grasp. He was like, this is tight, but like I don't really like.
So 3 is a different ball game.
Yeah, I bet.
3, they like, where's my candy?
Yeah,
and you're like,
sure.
Like it's been kind of funny to navigate it since. It's like, eat those vegetables. No. Eat the rest of your plate. No.
You want some candy?
You want some candy after dinner? And also they're like, and then, or like waking up first thing in the morning, I want candy. And it's like, no, you need to go to daycare. I want candy. Like a meltdown. Like, or like, they're just being huge stinker butts. And you're like, all right, dude, I'm going to throw away your candy. And they're like, no, I'll do whatever. Just don't throw away my candy.
Oh, man.
Hey, man, I am not above it. All right. They are just as mean back.
Throw it into your belly.
And so
Luke's eating his candy in front of his kids.
So we have the massive piles of our candy, plus they know about their bag and generally what's in there. Another new problem is it's very cute to watch them explore new candies. Like they had a Krabby Patty the other day. They were pumped with the little gummy Krabby Patties.
I haven't seen these.
Yeah, you're a little too
SpongeBob
old.
Thing or something?
Yeah. And they were like eating these different candies, and I think it's so fun, but they also love all the dog shit candies. Anybody out here giving lemon heads?
I fuck with a lemon head. I mean, I wouldn't. It's like a candy that like I wouldn't hate on though. Dude,
it's like a bottom tier.
Candy
of
corn, get the fuck out of here. Like, don't buy candy corn.
Listen, brother. Candy corn in a bowl with some salted nuts, brother.
Get out of here! You can't be a candy corn apologist.
It has a place.
No.
It has a place. Plus, no candy corn is being delivered.
Don't get me
Halloween.
wrong. I'm gonna eat out of that bowl too, but like, fuck, stop buying it and they'll stop making it.
No,
okay?
I teach in an area that's predominantly non-white. And some kids like, you probably like fucking candy corn. To another kid is an insult. And I go, whoa, guys, I'm not saying candy corn's good, but like kind of underrated. And he's like, what
gross.
the fuck? And I was like, dude, you get it in a bowl with like some salted peanuts. And I have this new student. It's this girl. She's white. I go, you probably know what I'm talking about. And she's like, yeah, it's pretty good. I was like, yeah. I was dying, dude.
Oh man.
But anyway, Smarties are the worst.
I fuck with Smartie too.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
They're good, dude. Okay, so
Sweet
we've been
tarts?
talking chocolates, but then there's also like sours, tarts and sours. Like there's different kinds of candies here. And
what
like,
are the
sweet
ones
tarts
in
are
the
fucking good,
tubes?
dude? Like they're fucking good.
Stop it.
Dude, I'll fuck with sweet tarts for
Them
sure.
chalky ass little bitches. You're gonna put
Hell
those
yeah.
above.
Wait, I didn't say that.
It's just there's a bottom tier of candy, and people handing out suckers and all those types of things. Like, I hate you,
Dude, they're just different.
because my sons want all that garbage,
yeah,
and they're
yeah.
like they have this sticky thing that has gum in it. They're not
Yeah.
quite old enough for gum,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I have to take it away from them when they get to
Sure.
that point, and that never goes well.
Yeah, I suppose.
So it's been kind of hilarious and frustrating, which is just all of toddlerhood.
Dude, you made a note on your chocolates, like what's top tier for you, but like you gotta have some. Okay, you don't like sweet tots. You don't like sweet tarts. Bottom tier or bottom
Smarties, I think,
lower,
is what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
Yeah, Smarties. Yeah,
in
sure.
the plasticky tube.
Sweet tarts are different, right? So they're like
The
they got
chewy
a
sweet
weird,
tarts
like,
bang.
casing on them.
I have to look at a picture, see if I'm tripping here.
Well, no, I know you're talking about, but the chewy sweet tarts are basically it's like a hard
Tootsie
casing
Rolls
deals.
too, dude.
I mean, like I'll fuck with the Tootsie Roll, but like they are definitely like lower echelon.
Yeah, sweet tarts.
Yeah,
Ass.
yeah, they're not. They're whatever.
But I like gummies, like sour gummies.
Yeah.
I have this problem. Me and Derek Rose probably united on this one where we eat
Like
too
the
many.
basketball player.
Yeah. In college, he had too many gummy worms and he like missed a game because he was sick.
Oh no. Word.
I used to. I can't.
You want to
stop
know the
myself.
you want to know the king of the tart candy? Gotta be
Sour
Nerds
Patch.
Clusters.
Nerds clusters go pretty hard. It's pretty hard to argue against that. It's just straight up nerds.
Straight up Nerds good too.
Are they?
Yes.
We have we have that in our one of the variety bags from
You
Costco.
talking all these bags? You didn't bring a bag over today to help?
I figured you would have been in the same case, and I was just bringing more poison,
No,
dude.
What do you mean you saw the kids steal all our candy?
Yeah, but so I went outside and I had an empty bowl too, and I had been gone for a while, so I couldn't tell the volume of trick or treaters and if there was just one bad actor or not. So I refilled it, and like a few more got taken out. I felt kind of bad because maybe I love it. I hate it when neighbors don't do it.
Yeah.
It's like it's wild when you just have like a house that like blacks out, and they're like, "No, don't come to my door." It's like, come on, dude. Like we're all trying to like.
Dude, that's why we had a bowl of candy, because I didn't feel like turning off like all the like decorations and shit that Anna like had set up.
Yeah,
So
it was like poopy and rainy out in Minnesota
Yeah.
for Halloween. So we went to the mall, which had an event, which was actually pretty clutch. So I left a bowl out under my overhang, and it was pretty nice. But God, when people don't give out candy, it's like, come on, dude.
Yeah, if you're listening,
The world's better when a bunch
and you
of
ain't
people
giving out candy.
Yeah, come
just
on.
do it. Just do it.
The world's a better place when people are out and about interacting with each other, man. So
agree.
also, this has been brought to you by being a fat piece of shit who continues to either eat all your kids' candy or eat all the candy you were supposed to be giving the cheering because your wife definitely overshot what needs to be done volume wise.
Right on. Brought to you by Lucas, a bad bitch eating candy.
Hey,
Unofficially.
listen. All right, man. So we just ate $100,000. We had to clear our mouths. It took a while.
I
All that
wish you
rich-
did not bring any candy.
I told you that wasn't involved in my sampler bag. It was actually crushing. I like toffee in my chocolate too. Where do you stand on that? Like
Dude, Heaths are right up there with Butterfingers for me.
super slept on. A lot of people be hating them. They put it in the old people branch,
I know.
and I'm like, that's crazy.
We old men now.
I always loved them.
Same.
But anyway,
but I'm outspoken. My love is outspoken for Heath, so I get old man categorized for that, and that's okay.
dude, excellent in a blizzard. Fuck me.
Hell yeah, that's probably the best blizzard.
With a blizzard.
Butterfinger
Cappuccino
too.
Heath,
Like
dude.
I keep talking about Butterfinger.
High school, just used to wait for Dad to get to his second drink. And I was like, Dad, if you give me some money, I'll go to Dairy Queen. I'll get you a cappuccino Heath blizzard. It worked way more than it should have. 75 to 65% hit rate.
What you been playing, bro? What you been side questing on?
Dude, did I bring up Megabonk last time? I think I did, but
Maybe.
I think I did. But goddamn, I'll be playing a lot of Megabonk.
Well, I can speak to it now. I've been playing some Megabonk too.
Dude,
I was like,
welcome.
maybe we should do a pod on Megabonk instead of this other stuff.
I thought about that, especially because I wasn't doing well with Silksong. Like, I wasn't progressing. So I was like, no one's going to like what I have to say because I fucking suck. But also, like, Megabonk is so, like,
Well, it encouraged me to get back into Hollow Knight, so it's fine.
Megabonk is so, like, empty calorie, just delicious junk food gaming that, like, I don't know how we really could have talked about it because you're just like, yeah, you go around and then you beat enemies.
Sure.
And you upgrade and it's cool.
Yeah.
But goddamn, it's cool. I mean,
It is nice.
I like to, so I'm not necessarily, like, good at it, but that's okay.
Better than I am, apparently.
I
did a little run before
Alex
we started.
has, like, a super high-end computer setup. He's got a little jet engine of a computer. Then he's got 3 screens, and I was like, can't wait to play this garbage game in this high-end setup. I love unlocking all the different little things. So, like, I don't necessarily try to win each time I play, but like, to unlock different weapons, you got to do different things and hit certain targets and, like, upgrade certain things to certain levels within a run.
Sure.
So I've been like, that's been giving the game a ton of replayability.
Nice.
I've been fucking loving that.
Yeah, maybe I'll get there. I've just been kind of learning the ropes though, which is good in itself. But even today, you showed me how to, like, navigate, because I just didn't bother, to be honest. I kind of, like, go into that game and it's like I'm probably watching some Timberwolves. I'm probably, like, hitting that during the commercials and, like, you know, or the Vikings. It's like I had the TV on. I'm playing this game at the same time type of game.
Yeah.
But no, that's good, man. It's you know, when you explained it to me at first, you're like, it's basically Vampire Survivors, but, like, you know, a 64-bit era 3D environment.
Yeah. So playing some of that, I downloaded I guess, do they call it a game preview early access of Skate?
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
And
I've seen some things.
Yeah, I'm old.
Because is it free to play? Is that that's their model on this one?
So it's kind of like Skate 3 if it was Fortnite.
Okay.
And you do this weird rolling thing. It's, like, very much trying to be streamed and memed.
Yeah. Okay.
It's very for the Zoomers and the Alphas.
Sure.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
I have to not be such bitter old man yells at cloud. But Skate 2 and 3 are pretty hallowed ground for me.
Yeah.
Like, the Skate games are, like, back when games and sequels came out within a few years of each other. That was all my high school was Skate 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, those games are, like, some of the biggest deals to me at that era of my life. So it's like, it's cool because on one hand, it's not as gatekeeperish because a kid can just pick it up.
Yeah.
And I think that's super fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, there's, like, this, like, AI bot that talks to you in this awful AI bot voice. And I was like, maybe this is part of the early access, or maybe you thought that'd be cool, but, like, for how long this thing talks to me, like, get a voice actor. It's annoying as hell. Yeah, you're a big company.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure, but I'm not necessarily burnt out on college football because, you know, one doesn't casually smoke crack. But it's nice that if I don't want to start a new game or I'm, like, good on it, it's nice to, like, kick around the board for a little while. And, like, they still nail, like, the mechanics pretty well. There's just, like, a lot of, like, the transition between GTA 4 and 5, how they leaned into the cartooniness a little harder.
Yeah.
The gameplay isn't still over the top cartoony, but they've definitely leaned into some elements where, like, you see streamers, like, jumping off buildings and doing crazy shit. And it's like, that's fun for, like, watching a dude's clips or making content.
It's for the content.
It's great. It seems like they built the game very consciously with, like, for the content in mind. Because Skate 3 retroactively became that. Like, as streaming went on the rise, people went back to Skate 3 and, like, achieved all these different goofy hacks. And so, like, I'm not bitter that they leaned into that, but it's just interesting to observe.
Yeah.
That checks out.
It does.
So yeah, you been playing anything, or
What are you doing that on your Steam Deck or the Xbox?
That's on the Xbox.
Okay.
I'm torn between whether I want Tony Hawk, the new remake, on the Steam Deck or the Xbox. I'm waiting for one of them to go on sale, and then I don't know which one it would be better on, though.
It probably would be a little bit more visually impressive on the Xbox.
Yeah.
But it'll run just fine on the Steam ED, I would assume.
I somehow didn't mention it, but I chose Silksong. It was a gift from Ace. Boing.
3 or 4 boings.
I know, dude. He's boinging it up, dude. Boing it up, big dog. He was like, yo, I'm going to get you Silksong, but you want it on the Xbox and the Steam ED, and I really wish I would have said Xbox. Because when you're sweating on a handheld like that, it's tough.
Yeah, I didn't bring it up during our discussion of the games, but it's on the Switch, and I tend to play my Switch handheld, I would say, most of the time, right?
Especially at this point of its life.
Yeah. But I docked it the other night, and it happens all the time. I love handheld gaming, but it's like whenever you dock it or you move, like, Steam Deck will allow you to, like, carry your save onto the PC, whatever, that kind of thing. Whenever I move from a game that I've been playing on handheld to like a setup, I'm always like, oh, that's pretty nice.
You're like, wowzers.
Yeah. Even like the controls, like I'm actually a bit of a Joy-Con apologist. I don't mind the Joy-Con, but playing with a Pro controller, I was like, oh, I like this. Like the D-pad's nice.
Switch's Pro controller is one of the best Pro controllers out there. Though. My good. Xbox controller has almost completely fallen apart.
That's wild to me. Mine's still in good shape. You play differently, dude.
I'm a sweatier boy. Alex plays a tiny bit of a million games, and I play the fuck out of like 7.
I mean, I guess. I think you like straight up just sweat harder. Like,
no.
You do have more hours into.
I have more hours in. I
also
that's
have
okay.
more controllers.
I play the Xbox probably more than you play your Xbox. Although you use your controller on here, right?
Yeah. No, I have a different controller for it.
My Pro controller is like falling up. Like it's
but I have used
unusable. So I have like the original one I have my Xbox with, and it's
Do you need a new one? I got an extra. Not extra Pro, just the regular Xbox.
It wouldn't hurt. That'd be pretty sweet. Thanks, man.
I haven't given it to you yet.
Just wanted to make this awkward. Just looked him dead in the eyes and went, thanks, man.
I mean, you really want it.
Al kicked me out of his chair when we started this pod. When we started this pod, he goes, fuck you, get out of my chair. And I farted on it one last time.
And not quite what I said. I said, I'm going to big brother you. Get out of my chair.
It's just a translation.
It's not like you're sitting on the floor like when we used to play chess, bro.
It's not like the other drama I passed out. Or when before Alex got his second chair in here, I'd be in a fold-up chair and he'd be in this chair now. So Al's a big hierarchy with him at the top type of guy.
Dude, if we were at your house, you could do it any way you want.
Anyway, you playing any games, dude?
I'm playing games with you right now. Not really. I mean, I've been dabbling. It's funny. It took me a little bit even though I said I did enjoy I could tell that it was going to be good, but it did take a few hours before and a few attempts before Hollow Knight really was like, okay, this game's tight.
Yeah.
So I was kind of in one of my like, I don't really know what to play. I don't want like whatever. So Megabonk for sure is like been in that like the games I've been playing, but not a ton. Like I'm only got like an hour or two into it, but it's cool. That one's been fun to mess with. I actually tried to play some Tears of the Kingdom the other night. I was just feeling.
Did you ever beat it?
No, so that's why I was like, you know what, I'm gonna revisit Hyrule. I'm gonna see if I can push this forward a little bit, because that was one thing that I love about Breath of the Wild, and like not to say that I wouldn't necessarily like this about Tears or even Breath of the Wild still, but like I looked at my hours because Nintendo got a new app that I put on my phone or whatever, and it shows you play times on everything. Dude, I've got like over 100 hours, which is a lot of hours for me on Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
Tears of the Kingdom, I got like 40, 50 or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe, right around 40.
Even though there was the up and the down, I still felt it harder to get lost in that game compared to the first one because you knew the map already.
Sure. Oh, that makes sense. But yeah, dude, like I just started playing it and like it was one thing. It's like I just started doing stuff that was like not that Zelda's hard or anything, but like I tried taking on some enemies that were like a little too tough, and I was like, oh, I'm not ready for this right now. And I just couldn't do it.
No, there's a fluidity to those games where it's like it's almost like you gotta start from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to drop yourself back in. It's very very jarring to just plop yourself back into that environment.
But other than that, dude, not really. Not anything to speak to. You know, dabbling in some of the old retro stuff from time to time. Just NBA's back, so I've been watching some Timberwolves. We finished Task. You hear about that one?
I'm aware.
Yeah.
Haven't watched.
So we watched that, enjoyed that one. So that's a solid like crime thriller for the folks that are watching crime thrillers out there.
Some classic HBO-ness.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's like the best option on HBO, but it was good. We enjoyed it. The Mega Bonk, and just super interesting that like Zelda, one of the best games of all time. I just couldn't do it that one night.
There's some parallels to like how long we waited for Tears of the Kingdom and how long the wait for Silksong was, and it was almost like kind of missed this little pocket for me personally of like how intense and carried away I used to get in with games.
Dude, I think it's worth like as side quest goes though. Like I haven't done a Lego set like proper in forever. And I got the Game Boy.
We have a few plants at the house that I did, and that's pretty fun. That's harder than you remember.
It wasn't hard, bro, but like,
I make a few mistakes occasionally.
Oh, sure.
I have to go back.
I think on the Game Boy, dude, I did like there was like maybe one thing where I was off a little bit, but I caught it pretty quickly, fortunately. That is one thing about the builds if you like miss something and then you're like, oh man, where'd I mess up? And you got to go backwards. That sucks.
Yeah.
But dude, I have like a couple of, you ever like find yourself in that, we're going to Midwest us real quick, but like at the Target checkout line,
they're everywhere.
Yeah, I know, but it's like hella Midwest. Anyway, it doesn't really fucking matter. Here's the deal. You're at the Target checkout line and they got candy.
Yeah.
And then they have like a little, and they've got like a little, like, they got various different things, candy. And then they got like little bags of Legos.
Yeah.
That are like 50 pieces tops.
Yeah.
I would say like 5-6 years ago, those would be like my impulse buys at the checkout line. Like I wasn't getting a Butterfinger, but I would be like, I'll throw that little Star Wars like ship into my bag, So I was like, I did those. But like, dude, honestly, probably since I was like 12, 11, since I've done something like to the level, not that the Game Boy is like super difficult or anything, but it's like, it's a ton of pieces. It's like 423 pieces or something like that.
Which you wouldn't think looking at it.
No. And it's like, dude, it was really fun, dude. Like I just was like, it was kind of like I was like dating myself. I was like, all right, here's like like as in like not being old, but like,
no, I got what you meant.
Yeah, it was like a little date night for me. I had it planned. I was like, okay, I'm going to like, I'm going to do this. This night I'm going to like
the second plant that came in our Costco set, Trisha and I did together.
Oh, nice.
So we actually did have like a Lego day night. Yeah. I get the dudes who are like Lego enthusiasts, like the adult dudes that have, it's just a space thing. It's like, I can't put together,
dude. We're in my office right now.
$300 Zelda Lego set. Like, do I want to put together the Deku Tree? Yeah, I do. But where the fuck is that thing going to go afterwards?
Nah, for sure. Although like doing this did make me excited. Like Elton is not old enough to have like, he'll get there soon enough. But he's not putting these together quite yet. Like, we're still in Duplo territory. And even then he's not like putting anything together comprehensive.
Stacking them.
Yeah, totally. Which is good. That's great. It's fucking cool. Time.
Yeah.
But like eventually, and this is like the fun thing about being a dad, dude, and like, wanting to be involved in my kid's life. Hopefully he's cool with me. Like wanting to be. But like, dude, I'm stoked for when he's like, oh, I want to do like this big whatever set. I'll be like, dude, I'll fucking do that with you.
For Christmas or something, I got it wasn't Legos, it was like Mega Blocks.
Yeah, it was an off-brand, but it was tight.
Huge battleship, and it got too complex, and you were basically like,
"Let's go."
You're like, "I got this." You like acted like it was like, "Oh, I guess I can help you with that."
Get out of here!
And then you were like, like so happy doing it, but you definitely played it up a little bit. Like, I guess I can help you. Yeah. And then I got like a second one that was like a jet, and you were like, "Oh, that looks so fucking cool! Can't wait to put that together for."
Dude, Lego's cool. Even the off-brand Lego shit cool too.
No, I can't wait for the day the boys are old enough to like get into Legos. Yeah. Like it's gonna be a little aggressive. So
I like it. I can dig it. Yeah. Well, thanks all for listening. This has been another episode. Like we're pushing 50 now, something like that.
I mean, you might be.
To get the fuck out of here. I wish I was. All that fucking knowledge, experience, and awesomeness.
Arthritis.
I don't mind getting older, dude. Like, getting like ageism, I don't give a fuck. Although I am scared to be like super old where like, I already feel it. Like,
my guys want to talk about mortality and death? Welcome to the Low Five Gaming Podcast. Yeah. Are your parents old?
Derailing.
Are you wondering what to do?
Get the fuck out of here. Oh man, you get out. Hey listener, get the fuck out of here. We're done. Go give us a 5 stars. I love you. hit the Discord, started a new thing, another major side quest. I'm trying to give a little more editorial flair to the podcast, to the content I'm putting out there. So I started doing a weekly blog post that you could check out on low5gaming.com. Started calling them patch notes and save states. So I'm flipping back and forth on Mondays on what it is. But go check them out. Go give it a read.
And your YouTube and TikTokies.
Those are out there too. Yeah.
We'll name them, dude.
Yeah, start screen and pocket picks.
Thanks, dude. I'm trying to like throw you an alley-oop, dog. You're like, yeah, I got those. I do that.
Appreciate it, brother. Jesus. Till next time, y'all. Peace.
Peace.